of the national people saying the Browns are among the most improved teams in this offseason. Let's take a look at exactly what they're thinking about. Top 5 teams as far as NFL improvement is concerned by Pro Football Focus. You got Arizona Cardinals number 1, Miami Dolphins number 2, the Giants 3, Indianapolis at 4, and the Cleveland Browns at number 5. Let's recap the additions of to the Browns squad. See what we're talking about. All of these come in on the recap of what's been done, and this is before the draft even takes place. Austin Hooper, the tight end, Case-Keenum, the backup quarterback, Andy-Janovich, the fullback, Kevin Johnson, as well as Andrew Sendejo, jojo-natson, who played locally, Jack-Conklin, who we mentioned before, bj-Goodson, karl-joseph, Andrew-Billings, and Donovan-Olumba, all on a busy couple of days during before the shutdown of the offices are concerned. And by the way, the NFL has shut down all of the offices as of minutes ago, as of 6 p.m., but NFL teams can work on whatever they're working on at home, and there's no deadline on some of the things that they were concerned with. So can the Browns show improvement on the field? D-Man, you've got the cautionary tale, but what else do you think? What positive can you put on this spin here?
I mean, look, the list you put up there is nice on paper. I guess I've come across as sort of pessimistic. I would rather say guarded, because I've been down this road so many times. I've been the one. And by the way, you talked when you and I talk on the air in August. I'll be assuming everything is on schedule for an NFL season in 2020. I'll be waving the pom-poms and claiming the Browns are Super Bowl worthy. But at this point, I always caution people about free agency in particular, because free agency sounds great, but it really is never the way in which you build your team, or shouldn't be. It doesn't mean you can't help your team immensely with free agency, but you can't rise and fall with a free agent class, in my opinion. It's got to go so much deeper than that. And in the Browns case, they're dealing with a first-year GM and a first-year NFL head coach. So there's a lot of show me, don't tell me that remains. And here's the other thing, Les, too. I'm giving these people credit. Don't get me wrong. I'm giving them credit. Pro Football Focus, I mean, you might as well rename the NFL the PFF, because it has taken over the NFL. Like, if you grade well with PFF, you're getting money. If you don't grade well with PFF, you're not getting money. PFF is doing a fantastic job. Pro Football Focus, hats off to them, but it is amazing how much influence PFF has on NFL transactions.
Has that changed what the scouting staffs of each individual teams do? Do you think that more emphasis may be put on what Pro Football Focus says as opposed to your own inside guys? Because the inside guys change year to year, just about.
Yeah, and listen, I'm sure Pro Football Focus has a cavalcade of analysts and scouts that do their job. So I'm not saying that they're just sitting in front of a computer and crunching numbers. They're watching film and doing, a heck of a job of it, no doubt. But it just is. I've noticed it over the last couple of years, where every time you talk about whether a team has improved or a team has not gotten better, it always seems to mention what PFF has to say.
Does that take into account the analytics of the whole thing, or is just looking at how good the guys are individually?
Well, I think the Pro Football Focus is, all about the analytics, but it's also about, the eye test, I would imagine. I mean, I'm not on the PFF payroll. I don't know how they do things, but I trust that they have people who are trying to match up the eye test with the numbers. But PFF, I would say this, has revolutionized the way the NFL does business, because it is presenting these teams with data that says, okay, for example, your linebackers. all right, which one should you pay the most to? Should you pay the most to your Will, your Sam, your Mike? In today's game, what size a linebacker should you have? Or what size safety or corner should you have? What kind of speed do they have to have? That's the sense I get about how they are revolutionizing talent evaluation.